Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Simpson, and I am a dyslexia interventionist for Houston Independent School District. Today, we're going to learn about the final silent E rules. Students, you will not need any supplies. Just listen carefully as we learn about the final silent E rules. Let's start with looking at some words. Hat, rip, plan, star, to, and rid. Now, let's add an E to each of these words. So what do you notice once we add the E to the word? Is it the same word? We're going to go ahead and take a minute and pronounce our silent E words. So the word hate, the word hat becomes hate. Rip becomes right. Plan is plain. Star is stare. To is toe. And rid is ride. We wouldn't pronounce hate as hatey, or ripe as right-e, or plain as plain-e, or stare as stare-e, or toe as toe-e, or ride as ride-e. Did you also notice when we added an E to the word, did the meaning of the word change? Did anything change? In other words, this hat means the same thing as hate. This rip means the same thing as right. This plan means the same thing as plain. This star means the same as stare. What about to? Does that mean the same as toe? And finally, rid. Does that mean the same as e? And of course, as right. And of course, the answer to these questions are no. All these words became different words with different meanings when we added the e to the word. For example, the word hat, we said, became hate. I hate waking up in the middle of the night. The word rip became ripe. The apples were ripe and ready to pick from the tree. The word plan became plain. I'm excited about my family's upcoming plane trip to Disneyland or Disney World. The word star became stare. My sister told me not to stare at the man. The word to becomes toe. Look at my big toe. The word rid becomes ride. I want to ride in the brand new red car. Here are a couple of reminders regarding vowels. There must be a vowel in every syllable, and all vowels have a short and a long sound. The final silent E, it changes that first vowel sound from short to long, as we saw in our different examples. In other words, the vowel says its name. The final silent E is usually silent and creates a new word. So again, in the word hate, you hear that long A. So it went from a short A to a long A. The word ripe, you hear the long I. The vowel is long now. The word plain, you hear the A. Stare, again, you hear that A from short to long. Toe, oh, you clearly hear the O. The long O went from short to a long vowel. And finally, in the word ride, you hear the I. Long vowels say their name. So what we're going to do next is we're going to start with a word, and you're going to look at it, and let's see if you can we can figure out if it's long or short and what happens when we add the E's to the end of the word. Okay, let me clear our board quickly so that we can start with that. Okay, so I'm going to quickly put our words up. Here's our first word. I'm going to go ahead and quickly put them all up at one time. Okay, we have two more, and then we'll go ahead and start. One more word to go up. What do you notice about all these words? Yes, you would be right if you would say the vowels are short. At, eh, mat, eh, not, ah, cod, ah, tap, eh. So all these vowels are short. Now what happens when we add an E? Add our silent E. What happens to the word at becomes ate. You're correct with that. So, and the vowel, the A becomes long. The vowels say their name. Long vowels say their name. Mat becomes mate, mate. And again, you hear the long vowel, the A says its name. In not, it becomes note. The word not becomes note. Again, the long vowel, you hear the O says its name. Next, cod becomes code. Long vowel says its name. You hear the O. And finally, tap becomes tape. Again, you hear the A, long vowels say their name. Now, there are some exceptions to our final silent E. There are some exceptions. So that's what we're going to cover next. Again, some exceptions. So let's look at those words. Let's look at some exceptions. Let's look at the word love, glove. What about dance? Large, that is a C, large, and some. Okay, so those words remain short, right? The vowels are going to remain short only because the E can only move from one letter over to make the vowel say its name. So the E can only move to one vowel over to make it say its name. It can move from one letter over to make it say its name. So that's why we have love, glove, dance, large, and some. Those are examples. Again, your E can only move one letter over to make the vowel say its name. So today, in summary, we've covered some important rules about the final silent E. Every syllable needs to have a vowel in it. The final silent E is silent. It changes the first vowel sound from short to long. Long vowels say their name. When the final silent E is added at the end of a word, a new word is created which has a new meaning. We went through some examples of that. There's some exceptions to the final silent E rule. Remember, the E can only move one letter over to make the vowel say its name. Now, I want you to look up at least 5 words that have a final silent E sound and review what you have learned today at home. So again, look up at least 5 words that have a final silent E word, vowels, and words, and review what you have learned today at home. For additional information support, please go to houstonisd.org/dyslexia. I hope you enjoyed learning about the final silent E today.